A smart plug on Solana that earns crypto that we'll be able to pay our electric bill with. Well, I was a bit skeptic at first as well, but after going through their white paper, I think I get it. So that's what I'll be talking about in this video, show you the StarPlug, how to earn the most tokens with it and the setup, and at the end give you my final thoughts on this device and the project. And so far I've not seen any other YouTuber actually go over what Starpower is about, what they have in plan, but as with all of my videos, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm Nordic Crypto and I've been doing DePIN miner and crypto wallet reviews for a few years now, so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing to see more of those. After you have finished watching this video, if you're interested in a StarPlug yourself, consider using this coupon code NORDIC. So, what is StarPower? StarPower is the communication layer between distributed energy resources and virtual power plants. So here's what that means. There are power grids that bring us power, and they can be small, big, and have very different demands and power fluctuations. Due to this, there are virtual power plant companies in the world, and those companies put together the data from various renewable energy resources and energy storage systems from different local areas, making them have the knowledge of how much juice is in the system and when the power juice is best used to be injected into the power grid. So virtual power plants I see as data centers that can boost or limit the flow of power in an efficient way. However, there is currently no good way for all the devices out there in the world, like solar panels, wind turbines, big batteries, to directly communicate to the virtual power plants. And that's where StarPower comes into play, aiming to create the integrated network that facilitates the data transfer between these distributed energy resources and the virtual power plants. And that, I think, is the overall goal of StarPower. There is a whole lot of stuff around that, helping others, incentivizing people to set up more devices around the world, but I think just this gives us a good general overview. However, looking at StarPower and their StarPlug device, it doesn't really feel like that. Well, that is because if this is their roadmap, they are just at the start, where they pretty much are just starting out building an initial network measuring people's home appliances around the world. And they will later on release their own batteries, vehicle charging, and integrating with other devices around the world in the future. And after those have been released and we start to see a network connected all around the world, they will then begin connecting to these virtual power plants, selling the data and so on. And first then, we users will be able to perhaps pay our electric bills using the STAR token that we are earning from these devices. So at the moment, it does not look like much. And that's because it seems like it's mostly an idea at this point, and my guess is that most of the money coming from selling these smart plugs will go towards making this a reality. And so far, it seems they have performed really well actually. Already more than 8,000 devices around the world. They've also created a large social media following, and their app is working good so far. And I believe, since they are on the Solana blockchain, that have contributed a lot to their hype. The StarPlug device costs $99, which is quite a lot of money for such a bland-looking device, but I think here we need to include the app, the data we get from it, the crypto tokens, and the thought of what StarPower can become in the future. There are no limits to how many of these devices we can have, and StarPower even mentioned that schools, industries, corporations can buy and put in how many of these devices they want, and that the more energy that is consumed and used through these smart plugs, the more tokens we will earn. So how do we earn the most tokens from the StarPlug and their other upcoming devices? Well, right now in the beginning, it seems they are rewarding users more according to proof of connectivity. So the more these devices are online and used, the more we earn from them. But StarPower will shift over to proof of capacity the more time goes by. So the ones having more power consumption or generate more power using solar panels and so in the future will earn more from that. And then later down the road, according to proof of response as well. But for now, it seems to be more about connectivity. The setup with the StarPlug is super easy. We simply download this app, we create an account, we connect the device, we click next, 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 and then we are up and running. Starpower have currently no official team page on their website, however, they have been present at conventions such as ETH Denver and made other appearances, so it definitely seems that there is a real team behind Starpower. The tokenomics are actually looking quite good from a mining standpoint, where 55% of the Star token rewards will go towards us people who are using these devices like the StarPlug. Currently, we are in testnet where we are earning test Star tokens, and those get distributed every week. In the app, we can also click every 6 hours to collect some Nova points, it seems like. Starpower aim to launch their mainnet, I believe, at the end of 2024, and then those testnet tokens will turn into real Star tokens. So what are my thoughts on Starpower and the StarPlug? Well, I honestly like this idea. The issue they are trying to solve here by being the communication layer between energy resources and virtual power plants is a perfect fit for the DePIN use case, actually. The way there, how they managed to get to that point where they do all of this stuff, will of course differ for each kind of crypto project trying to create a new groundbreaking innovation. And it seems Starpower are doing it so initially through these smart plugs. And sure, why not? It's a good idea. We users of the StarPlug currently get some fun to know information about our own energy consumption. And who knows, the Star token we earn from this, since we are quite early, could become quite a lot of money in the end if the project sees some good partnerships and investors. Nobody really knows. A few times I've actually made more money from mining testnet tokens than real tokens, but not always, of course. We will know more about how much these devices earn in dollar value when their Star token goes live, but I still think there is some time left until we see that. If you enjoyed this video, consider helping me with a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.